Good morning, everybody. Compound stress and phrase stress. You will, I'm sure, be familiar with the basic notion of compound stress. In English, as in other Germanic languages, we readily form compounds, particularly compounds of nouns, where two elements come together and the results may have some specialized meaning. Phonetically, it's signaled by having early stress, that is, stress on the first element of the compound. So we have examples like those shown on the handout. Sunshine, made out of sun plus shine, and stress as a compound on sun, sunshine. Look at the lovely sunshine. Wood for burning on a fire is called firewood. Firewood. Compound, the first element, fire has the stress. Something for holding a kettle with, a piece of material, so that you can pick up a hot kettle, is called a kettle holder. Kettle holder. Stress on the first element. You notice how I've carefully chosen varying numbers of syllables and so on for the two elements. The principle remains the same, that each element retains its basic stress pattern, but you get extra stress on the first element and reduced stress on the second. If you build a drain in your garden and it's not connected to the mains drainage but has to just dissipate the water in your garden, you construct a soakaway, which is a relatively uncommon kind of English construction, but another kind of compound, maybe a verb and an adverb, and it's stressed again on the first element, and it's called a soakaway. If you get affected by very cold weather, your fingertips or your nose might be frostbitten, suffering from frostbite. Many place names are compounds like this. Various towns have, various cities have suburbs called Chapeltown, Leeds, for example. Now, we can distinguish between compounds, on the one hand, and phrases. And we come to phrases in a minute. But before we do this, let's note the complication that in English, unlike in German or Danish or whatever, we quite often have what clearly are compounds, but they're written as two words. So we have expressions like shop assistant. That's an assistant in a shop, and it's grammatically clearly a compound word, and as usual, the stress is early on the first element, shop assistant. A book that you take out of a library is a library book. Again, that's a compound, although we write it as two elements. In German, you write compounds solid, without a space, whereas in English, you write many of them with spaces. There's really no difference except that orthographic difference. More examples then. A power drill, a drill operated by electric power. A correspondence course by correspondence. A safety valve. Or running shoes, which of course are shoes for running in. The Americans call sneakers, and we often call trainers. Those then are compounds